FearnutZ, it's a show where two guys talk to you. Even though you can't talk back, Mr. Beating us will feel so much two talking guys. Last 30 minutes to an hour, those two guys that I mentioned have a show named FearnutZ. And you should watch it right now.
Hello and welcome to this episode of FearnutZ Reviews. We're going to be talking about Bernie, a new Jack Black movie.
I wouldn't even see, that's misleading right
That's
there,
true.
calling it a Jack Black movie.
It's a movie starring Jack Black.
Yeah, it's Jack Black, Shirley MacLaine, and Matthew McConaughey. And the thing is, they're all very underutilized in the movie.
That's true.
Even Jack Black, who gets by far the most screen time, when you think about it, there's more time interviewing the bit actors playing the locals than there is actual, like, big actors on screen. And it doesn't... I don't know what it is. After seeing it, I have no idea how to describe that movie, like to sum it up or fit it into a genre.
It is based, I guess, very loosely based on a true story of this funeral home director guy played by Jack Black, who gets a relationship with this old widow who is known for being, very mean, and they become friends, but then she becomes very demanding of his time. And basically he snaps and kills her and starts basically spending her money trying to live out a life pretending that she's just ill even though she's dead. There's no one really likable in the entire movie. And like I said, it didn't know if it wanted to be a comedy or dark comedy or what it was trying to do. So it just kind of tried to do a little bit of everything, and it missed everywhere.
Yeah, there's so many things that it could have been, and it could have, and so many things that it could have and should have done, like not just blatantly show him killing her,
Yeah.
Leave some mystery in, or play up a little more of the comedy, or play up a little more of the drama. Make her seem a little more mean, or him seem a little friendlier, because the way that they just focused on one thing on each of them made everybody feel really one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And even that one dimension wasn't flushed out.
Yeah, that was the biggest issue. There was just, everyone's one-dimensional, and none of the dimensions were likable. Like I said, there was no likable characters in the movie. It's just scene after scene, and you're just kind of watching it play out, but nothing's entertaining.
I wouldn't even say not likable. There's no lovable or hateable characters.
Yeah.
You either mildly like or mildly dislike anybody in the movie, but it's always extremely mild.
Shirley MacLaine, they definitely did the most with her character, as she was mean and then became more lovable and then became over demanding of his time. So she kind of went through an arc.
But even that, they spent so little time covering it. They didn't even really cover it. What they did was show him go hang out with her, and then talked about what happened, and then showed the end of it. I don't know, it's kind of like when everybody had the complaints about Game of Thrones in the first season, where they would get all set up for a battle and then they'd be 2 days after the battle. I think that is the entire movie of Bernie. They set up for these relationships to develop or characters to develop, and then they're and next time, this is where we find them. We didn't get to see anything develop. We didn't get to see anything.
Yeah, there was no payoff in the movie. It was mild build up to nothing. Repeat. And I'm a big Jack Black fan, but I can't recommend this movie to anybody. I don't know who it would appeal to.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there's absolutely no type of fan that you think, man, they would enjoy this movie. So if you're a Jack Black fan, you're going to be let down. He doesn't get to really like do what he's best at, which is, you know, his comedic timing and his lovability. Like, if you're a Shirley MacLaine fan, don't waste your time. Throughout the whole movie, I'd say she's on screen for 10 minutes, and 5 of that is spent chewing to annoy Jack Black. And that's not a joke or slang. That's the closest you get to seeing an actual interaction between characters. Is Jack Black saying, maybe you couldn't chew that food so much, you know, it's kind of irritating, and her chewing the food. That is the most interesting interaction between characters in the entire movie.
And then McConaughey, he does like 3 or 4 like cameo scenes. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like he just pops in and is like, hey, I'm Matthew McConaughey. And then at the end, he's the prosecuting attorney, so he has a bigger role at the end, but that's like 5 minutes of the movie.
They honestly all feel like cameos for the most part. It doesn't feel like, you wouldn't say this is a Jack Black movie. You wouldn't say it's a Shirley MacLaine movie. You wouldn't say it's a Matthew McConaughey movie. You wouldn't say it's a comedy. You wouldn't say it was a drama. If I had to sum up this movie in any genre or category for people, I'd say, hey, if you have an hour and a half of your life and want nothing to do other than kill yourself, then yeah, maybe go with this movie. I mean, if those are your 2 options, kill yourself, watch this movie, sure, go ahead.
It's debatable. It's debatable even at that point.
I mean, I would say, you know, go ahead and give the movie a try, because you may opt out halfway through.
That's true. I mean, if you're going to kill yourself, you know,
at least try to become the one fan of this movie while you're doing it, you know, so somebody likes it.
I mean, if someone does like this, please let us know what you enjoyed about it in the comments. We found nothing likable.
No.
I do want to know.
Message him personally, because if you put it and I see it, I'm going to be like, you're wrong and you're stupid. That's wrong.
Well, they may have valid points of why it appealed to them.
Do you think I just zoned out for like an hour of the movie?
No, I'm not saying that. It didn't appeal to us, but we obviously were not the target audience for this.
Yeah, but I spend a lot of my time, because of my job, watching movies that I could recommend to people. And so I try and see them, because I gotta be a little, you know, diplomatic and a little political with these, with movies, because I can't just say, you know, I didn't like this movie, it's shit. I have to say, well, you know, it wasn't my type of movie, but if you like this movie, you may like that. And this, if you like watching paint dry while you vaguely hear bits and pieces of somebody else's TV that's turned up a couple yards over, then you'll probably enjoy this movie.
Alright, so I think we're both going to give Bernie a pass. There's no reason to watch this movie.
I'm going to say pass, and if you see somebody that looks like they might be a decent person at the Red Box renting this, slap it out of their hands. Do the right thing.
They already paid for it at that point.
Well, tell them that you will reimburse them if they feel that strongly about it, but tell them that you are doing them a favor and they should thank you, because it's better to lose $1.20 than $1.20 and an hour and a half of your life you can never get back.
That's true. Alright, so Bernie is definitely a pass.
And again, we should say that it pains us to say this, because one, we both like Jack Black, we both love Jack Black. I like Shirley MacLaine, I think she's a good actress. I like Matthew McConaughey in most of what he does.
Things, yeah.
In most of what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things I've seen him in that, you know, I didn't really care for, they weren't my type of movie.
Yeah.
But like, The Pecker in Tropic Thunder, amazing. Loved him. Loved him as The Pecker. I mean, you know, I keep getting older, but they stay the same age, you know what I mean?
Dazed and Confused, that movie's so overrated. It's such a bad movie.
I'm not saying it's one of my greatest, one of my favorites, you know, but it was okay.
That does bring up a good point. If you want to see a movie with McConaughey and Jack Black, watch Tropic Thunder. That movie's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Tropic Thunder is like one of the most hilarious fucking movies ever made. I could watch that 100 times and still laugh at it.
It is so good. So our recommendation for Bernie is watch Tropic Thunder.
Actually, I got one more recommendation on this one. Okay. Tropic Thunder 2. They're supposed to be making Tropic Thunder 2 at some point. Get Shirley MacLaine in on it, so we can give somebody an option that covers any reason they would possibly watch Bernie. And we can all just pretend that Bernie never existed. It was just a bad dream.
That is the way that this movie should go. It's just, it should have never been made. So, alright, FearnutZ Hour, signing off.
Oh, and one more quick reminder, though.
Okay, I guess not signing off.
One more quick reminder, The Raid Redemption did come out on DVD and Blu-ray about 2 weeks ago. So, if you didn't see it in theaters when we recommended it, which is entirely possible because it didn't get a full release, it got bigger and bigger as word spread, but it never went to everybody's hometown. So find it on DVD and Blu-ray, order it, whatever.
Very possibly the greatest action movie of recent years.
Yeah, I say definitely, easily the past decade.
Yeah.
I'd say it easily surpasses Ong Bak.
Yeah.
The only thing in my lifetime that I can think of that I would maybe put it up against would be Crouching Tiger. But it's hard to even put those up against each other
I would
because
put it
they're
up
night and
against
day.
Die Hard, honestly, because that's
That's
very Die Hardish.
That's a bit of a reach. We know how big of a Die Hard fan I am.
I think it's just as good.
But again, I think it's apples and oranges. Die Hard was an action movie, and Raid Redemption is a martial arts movie.
It's an action martial arts movie.
I'd say that's as close a comparison as comparing it to Crouching Tiger. I don't really feel right comparing it to either of them because
it's kind of its
doesn't
own
really
thing.
fit.
So, yeah, this is a Bernie review, so we'll save our
Well,
love
we're
for
just
the Raid.
trying to
Yes.
give them something.
Options. It is out at the same
Bernie.
time. So, yeah, if you're going to the Red Box and you see Bernie and you see the Raid, get the Raid. Basically, get anything but Bernie. There has to be... There can't be much worse, honestly, than what Bernie is. Because even if it's a bad movie, a lot of times bad movies are entertaining. Where this is just a nothing movie.
I found some bad movies for us to watch that we'll probably be doing reviews on in the near future because I got them on the Netflix for us to check out.
And as we remember, Pool Boy, Diamond in the Rough.
Yeah.
All right, so
Now we're really signing
really
off.
signing off. Don't watch Bernie.